your thought process in not calling a timeout there?
Yeah, I mean, I just said I should have called it. So, but I thought the ball was in Ant's hands. The differential in the clock wasn't huge, but I initially wanted to call it, but I didn't. So,
how do you get Ant back to playing a little bit more of the quick decision basketball that he's been so good with over the last 2 months?
Yeah, he's got to get more in transition, got to get out. I thought he started the game with a great burst, was really going downhill well, and then kind of just phased out as the game went along. Went in there a few times. I thought he could have done it more, and we need him to do it more. So, yeah, he just has to, I think, some more early. Got to play off the catch a little bit more. I thought be a little more shot ready. I thought he turned down some open looks, too.
You went with Nas, the final stretch over Carl.
Yeah.
What went into your decision-making there? Obviously, Nas was playing well.
Yeah,
Carl
Nas was
struggling.
playing well, real well. And gave us some switchable combinations out there and stuff like that. So,
did you tell Carl that at all, or did you just kind of sit him and just let it ride at that point?
No, I mean, didn't really have time to have that conversation, so.
Chris, both Carl and Anthony have struggled inside the arc. Ant got a lot more 2-point looks in this game than the last game. What's the key for them, effectively getting downhill or being effective inside the arc?
Yeah, I think, with Anthony, we just talked about, I think he's got to pick up his decision-making. I think Kyrie's actually a good example. He's playing quick off the catch. He's trying to beat our defensive pressure with everything on the catch, going quickly. With Cat, I think he's just got to calm down. I think he's coming out of the gate pressing a little bit, maybe getting off on the wrong foot and then chasing the game. So he got some good looks. Didn't go down. I thought there was a stretch when they came back into the game, we had a lot of really good looks that didn't go down, whether even at the rim or some open threes. So.
Coach, Mike was a lot more assertive tonight,
Yeah.
Looking for his shot out of the pick and roll, got to his floater a bunch. How do you assess his game and the value of that going forward in the series?
Yeah, I thought Mike played great. Really did. I thought he made a lot of really good plays. We need him to be aggressive. Especially when our other scorers are struggling a little bit.
Gafford and Lively are combined, I think, 14 for 16.
Yeah.
Almost all of them, obviously Luka lobs or something akin to that off those sets. What's the counter for that, or what is the way to present that from being less efficient?
Yeah, I think, again, it starts with keeping the ball out of the paint a little bit better. Rudy's got to be a little more decisive on what he's trying to do down there. We got to put a body on that guy, too, so be a little more physical.
Did you get a chance to look at the replay with 47 seconds left? Obviously, went off McDaniel's.
Yeah, it looked like it was also
some contact,
fouled, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Looked like it was fouled, but they can't or didn't account for that in the call. So,
Chris, do you say anything to the team after a loss like this, or?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, listen, I thought we're doing a lot of stuff that we talk about doing. Thought game plan execution was a little bit better tonight. We're building leads. Just our offense is letting us down in key moments with turnovers and some missed shots and some. We kind of play ourselves out of rhythm, I think, a little bit at times. The two tough games. It's a long series, and keep our head up. We got to keep getting better, but there's a lot of basketball to be played.
Chris Moore, Kyle Anderson, in this game, what did he do in being able to take Luka and then maybe take one of Jaden or Ant or Nikhil or somebody out of that? How did you see him help kind of on both sides of the ball, but particularly in guarding Luka, Kyle Anderson?
Yeah, I think he's. Luka's a tough matchup for anybody, but he's got size. He can move with them. Can be play with enough physicality. Was also great offensively for us. So, and we said in the beginning we thought this would be a great Kyle series. It's turned out to be really good for us, for him. So.
Cat obviously struggled a little bit, again, shooting the ball, but he got on the glass and made some extra plays off of offensive rebounds, had a nice dime to Rudy, I believe, and then another one out to a kick out. How do you assess the way he's playing outside of just his shooting right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think, he's doing a lot of stuff, playing hard, doing a lot of dirty work out there. I'm not worried about him. He'll come into this series, and I'm sure it'll happen in Game 3. So,
you guys are able to do it a few times. What's the challenge of trying to give Ant breaks defensively, knowing that sometimes maybe fatigue can play a role in the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think maybe we should have gotten him out in the beginning of the fourth. I think that's where I can give him a break. But it's the Western Conference Finals, man. Like, we can't look to hide people or try to take breaks. I don't see Kyrie shying away from a matchup out there. So it's what you got to do if you want to win. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris.